My wife threw away old videotapes of my late wife after I promised my daughter to show them to her when she turned 18, and now my daughter will never get a chance to meet her mother because I talk about her too much. I am writing this because I don't know what to do. I have a daughter with my late wife and her name is Eleanor. Her birthday is coming up in 2 weeks and she's turning 18. Background: me and my late wife, Chloe, had been dating since college. We got older and ended up getting married, and after our wedding, she shared news to me that she was pregnant and I was excited that we were expecting our first child. Since it was our first child, we bought a video camera and made little tapes and snippets of her whole pregnancy. Wholesome things such as us just joking around or having lunch, or talking to our unborn child through the camera. We made a promise to only show Eleanor the tapes until her 18th birthday. Fast forward 2 years after her birth, Chloe passed away due to a drunk driver crashing into her car as she was coming home from her mother's house. I was devastated of her passing and went into a deep depression and having to raise our 2-year-old daughter by myself. My friends tried to get me to go out again and start back dating, but every time I did I felt like I was betraying her. Years later, when Eleanor was 13, I met Wendy. We met at a gathering for my sister's birthday and we instantly hit it off. She didn't mind that I had a daughter because she had 2 kids herself and just went through a divorce. 2 years after we got married, now back to the present. Eleanor's 18th birthday is coming up and I kept all the tapes for me to show her. Mind you, her mother died when she was just 2, so Eleanor doesn't remember her touch or her voice. I was excited to show her the tapes, and a week ago I was talking to Wendy about it and I noticed her expression going from happy to looking a bit uncomfortable. Wendy would always get uncomfortable when I talk about my late wife. I don't say things like "why can't you be like Chloe" or "Chloe was only supposed to be my first love," but I talk about her in a way to give my daughter a mental picture of how her mother was like. Wendy has always talked to me about Chloe and how it made her sad that she can never be like her. Chloe was a model, then started working on her fashion career, and don't get me wrong, she was a really beautiful woman, while Wendy had 2 kids in college and not in the best shape due to her words. I love both women how they are and I've never had a preference, but I feel like Wendy is gaining some jealousy towards Chloe. I told Wendy that I love her just the way she was and she broke down crying. The next day after that incident, she came up to me and apologized for the way she acted last night. I told her it was okay and it's good that she felt comfortable to share her feelings, and I gave her a tight hug and a kiss on her forehead. She asked to see where the tapes were at and I showed her the box of videotapes of my late wife in my closet. Things were going fine until yesterday morning. I was looking for the tapes because I wanted to put them in a prettier box for my daughter, and when I went to go find them, the box wasn't in my closet. I looked everywhere to the point I walked downstairs to see my wife laying on the couch watching TV. I asked her about the box and she told me she threw it away with a neutral expression. My heart dropped and I asked her what did she mean, and she told me that I talk about her too much and that I need to move on with my life, so she threw them away as a head start. I was fuming with anger because not only she threw away what I had left of her, she threw away my daughter. Big surprise. We quickly got into an argument and she noticed how angry I was, so she started apologizing. It got to the point I started crying and locked myself in our bedroom. It's the morning and I'm writing this in my office, going through my computer finding old files or any type of video of my late wife to give it to my daughter, because sometimes my daughter still cries that she never got to meet her mother and I really thought it would bring her closer to her. I've been ignoring my wife for the past day and she's been texting me nonstop about how sorry she is, but I really just can't look at her right now. It's getting to the point our mutual friends are texting me to accept her apology and get over it since Chloe died over 10 years ago, but I'm trying to ignore them all because they never had someone so close to them died. I am working on finding these files and I'm starting to think I was overreacting. I don't know what to do and I really need help. Commenter: your nosy friends can F right off. What your current wife, soon to be ex, I hope, did was despicable. I am so sorry, Op. Devastating. Update 1. I was thinking about asking Wendy about the tapes and where she threw them out at, but I saw a comment that told me to don't ask her, because it might give her some time to hide it or lie. Instead, when I went back home I checked in the outside trash cans and the kitchen one and I still couldn't find them. Trash day isn't until Thursday, so I was confused. I finally went up to ask her and at first she wasn't gonna tell me. I threatened with divorce like when you guys said and she gave in. It turned out she kept the videotapes in her car until trash day arrived because she knew I would look through the trash. So now I have the tapes, thank God. Another question asked was, did Eleanor know about the tapes? No, I didn't want to ruin the surprise until if I knew that I had a backup. She didn't know about them now and I'm not planning on telling her until her birthday. The only problem is that I'm afraid that Wendy might tell her. One more question is people asking if I'm considering divorce. Wendy never did anything like this before and I don't want to ruin a 6-year relationship. But at the same time I really do think she needs some type of help. I'm considering asking her to go to therapy and I'm really considering our relationship. Wendy is really good with my daughter and my daughter loves her and her children like family. I think Wendy is just trying to take Chloe's place with being Eleanor's mother. I'm really starting to think she has issues. A lot of people also said if I don't divorce her I will betray my daughter. My daughter is my number is one and I think I should find someone better that can respect not only me but my daughter and her mother. Update 2. It's been a month now, things been definitely changing. For anyone wondering, Eleanor's birthday went great, especially without Wendy there to ruin it. Basically what happened was Wendy found my post and went crazy about it. She started accusing me of trying to ruin her life over something so little, and the way she only found out because her older sister saw the story on TikTok. We got into an argument and she tried gaslighting me into being the crazy one and threatened me to leave and take all I own and whatever she said. She then proceeds to go into our room and start tearing things down, trying to look for the tapes again. I pull her wrist, trying to get her to calm down, but she took it as an opportunity to start breaking down, crying, saying that I hit her. Which I back off and just watched her as she tried to throw things at me, and now I reach my breaking point because it's the day of my daughter's birthday and had little time to get to dinner tonight, because we have reservations. I was already ready and had to pick Eleanor up from a friend's house, so I grabbed my keys and left her there, not having time for her to act like a child. And by the way, the tapes were at my mother's house as we were all gonna go there after the dinner. The night went great after that, and me and Eleanor came home to a messy house with furniture and pictures teared up. It looked like a bunch of 3-year-olds went wild in there. Wendy and her children wasn't anywhere to be found, and neither was her car. I already assumed it was Wendy who did all of this, plus I had proof because I keep security cameras in my house. I tell Eleanor about everything that went down before her birthday, and she was shocked at least to know the woman she thought was an angel was actually B. Long story short, we call the cops. Wendy gets arrested but gets out after 3 days. Now I'm almost done with my divorce process. Also, Wendy, if you're reading this, have fun living at your mother's house and having a criminal record. I hope it was worth it.